Hi, this is Max here from Basic Universe. I had another video planned for you today, a workout, but my battery ended up wanting to die on me halfway through, and I'm not going to give you half a video. So today we're going to go into something that I like to consider one of the most powerful and underutilized bodyweight exercises. It's most commonly referred to as isometrics. Some people think of it as flexing, tensing, charging. The Shaolin monks use a style of isometric breathing called hardstyle Qigong, which makes their bodies indestructible to almost some degree, where they're breaking boards and concrete with just their limbs or their head. So it's a very powerful exercise, and I don't think anybody really understands the full power that you can achieve just from using simple tensing exercises that can be done anywhere without any equipment, just sitting at your desk at work if you so please. So there's 3 different concepts and one weighted variation that I'm going to teach you today. So the first concept is no force. These are no force isometrics, basically just flexing. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to flex in the mirror for an hour at a time and says it gave him some of the most incredible pumps. Obviously lifting weights gives you pumps too, but this is when you engage through flexing, you engage every single muscle fiber that you possibly can. Think of it this way. Here, I'll show you for an example. If you have this weight and you're doing a certain number of reps, and you know it's easy once you get to the last rep, what you're really doing is squeezing every last little tiny muscle fiber to try and get that last little rep in. Well, the whole idea behind isometrics is to engage that entire muscle through every rep. You might think there's called static isometrics, and then there's movement isometrics. So don't be confused where you think you're just going to be standing there and just flexing muscles like this. I mean, that's boring. Who the fuck's really going to do that? Let's be honest. Alright, so no force. I like to think of it as just flexing. Just making your muscles as tense as possible, feeling every little fiber. And sometimes, if I'm going through a movement, think of it as just moving an object that's incredibly heavy. So, like I'm curling something incredibly heavy, engaging every single last little muscle fiber, and then maybe pushing something extremely heavy away, and then pulling it back in. And you can see how your body starts to shake when you're really tense through it. So that's no force. Then we're going to do opposite force. Basically, this is just opposing forces on your own body. So you can, my favorite one is to use no force and come into a prayer to use opposite force. And then push your hand away while pushing back on this hand. And then bring it out, and then and out, and then flex all through your leg and push it over top, and then back down. So you can see it's strenuous. It's not easy to do this. It's and you know, you can incorporate it as part of your workout. Maybe sometimes I like to include it at the end because you're tired. You might not be able to get those reps in to really get to muscle failure, but you can always do isometrics to muscle failure every single time. Or this can be a whole routine in itself. So very powerful. Use it. Don't underutilize it. I'm telling you now. Alright, next variation is a movable force. This one's really good for your lats. So get in a door jamb or whatever, and a movable force. Obviously you're pushing against something that's not going to move. So get your hands down there, and then obviously try and push your hands up to the sky. And really engage through your lats. Oh, you'll feel it in your shoulders. Oh, and pushing through your lats. Gives you an incredible pump. If you have something a little bit wider like this over here, just push down and push out. Try and push the wall out. Or if you're feeling really ballsy, try and lift yourself off. I don't think I can get it, but we'll work on that. So just a couple examples of things you can do with isometrics. I want to show you one weighted variation. It kind of ties into the example that I showed you. So instead of just doing reps until you're hitting that point where you're using every muscle fiber, use every muscle fiber on every rep. So engage your whole entire arm and do an isometric all the way through your rep. Fully engage every single thing. Lift it as though if it were 100 pounds, not 40 or 25, excuse me. Come it back down, or maybe switch arms and lift it like it's 100 pounds and not 25. And then bring it back down. So those are 4 ways that you can incorporate isometric exercises into your workouts or make it a complete workout in itself. One great advantage of this is when you tense all your muscle fibers at once, you can, they call it charging. Some people call it charging in energy healing and such, because you can feel the amount of energy that you're pushing towards one section of your body. You can feel all that energy, and that really helps to get you to know your body at a more personal level, where you can direct the energy, how it feels when you do it. It's not just a sensation of your muscle, that's energy flowing through your body, creating these sensations, firing off those impulses in the brain, making that connection. So remember that, and your energy is very important in life. Isometrics are a great way to really build up what you've got, learn to channel it, and make it flow in your body. So I'm going to say it one more time. Don't underutilize it, incorporate it. This is Max Fisher. It's day 10 of 60. Moving right along. Still haven't dipped, waking up at 5. Still meditating. Stick to your goals. I'll see you tomorrow.